Hi everyone, it's Sandy, and today is Tuesday. It is March 3rd, which means it is the release day of Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, and I am so excited because I do have it in the mail. I pre-ordered the book and it came today. My dad, unfortunately, already opened the package thinking that it was his, but it's not, it's mine. Let's go ahead and look inside and see what the book looks like. It is so beautiful. Oh my god, I love this and I'm so excited to read this. Also, I did not plan this, but every time I wear this shirt I always say that I'm rocking a Steve Jobs outfit. But if you're familiar with the Shadowhunter world, they wear black and I'm wearing black, so I feel like a freaking badass Shadowhunter right now. So obviously this reading vlog is going to be dedicated to Chain of Gold. This is the first book in the last hours, and it's basically kind of like a spin-off to the Infernal Devices essentially, because it follows the kids of the characters from the Infernal Devices. I've heard really great things about this book from people who have already read it because they've already received an arc, but I am definitely looking forward to reading this myself and buddy reading it with my parabatai Trin from Transformers. This book is the collector's first edition, and inside there's this art print of all the characters in here. Just so you know, this vlog will be spoiler free. I won't be talking about anything like super specific about Chain of Gold, but I might be referencing stuff from the Infernal Devices or other Shadowhunter books, so definitely watch this video at your own risk. Since it is Tuesday, I pretty much just got home from work. It's like 7:10 p.m. I just had dinner and I'm about to take a shower after this, and after showering I'm going to jump into bed and start this immediately. I probably won't get that much done reading tonight because I have work tomorrow morning, so I can't really stay up late reading, but I do most of my reading on my commute to work and from work, so I'm definitely hoping to get more reading done tomorrow. So it's like 8:15. I am now in bed and I'm going to start reading Chain of Gold. Oh my god, I love that. Good morning everyone. So today is Wednesday, it is March 4th and it is currently 6:53 in the morning. I am about to head to work pretty soon, but last night I read up to page 39 of Chain of Gold and I'm pretty happy about that because I don't usually read that much in one night. It's been like a year since I read a Cassandra Clare book and I forgot how long her chapters are. So that very first chapter was like 30 pages and I just could not stop reading it until I at least finished that chapter. So far I am enjoying the story. We have pretty much been introduced to a lot of the characters already. I can definitely sense that there is going to be a lot of angst and heartbreak throughout this trilogy. The story starts off with a bit of a prologue following Lucy when she was 10 years old and she meets this boy in the forest, and when she meets him the boy doesn't say his name or anything. I kind of have a guess as to who this character is, but Lucy is 10 years old at this time and the boy is 16, so I'm not sure if the age is consistent as to the character that I'm thinking about. I might have to recheck Clockwork Princess to see that whole family tree thing, so I'm gonna do that right now actually. And fun fact, when I first read Clockwork Princess, my dumbass looked at the family tree before reading the actual book, so I was kind of spoiled about who ended up with who. So the character that I'm thinking about was Jesse Blackthorne, but he was born 1879 and Lucy was born 1891, and if that boy that she meets is about 16 years old, that's only about 6 years older than her, whereas based on this family tree Jesse is at least like 12 years older than her. The fuck? But if you're caught up with the Shadowhunter books, you know that Jesse died when he was pretty young. I don't remember what age, but on this family tree Jesse and Lucy are connected to each other, and obviously since Jesse is dead, he is probably going to come back to life somehow. Hold up, wait, what the fuck? I'm so confused. Now that I'm looking at dates, this starts in 1897 and Lucy is 10 years old in 1897, but she was born 1891, so she has to be like 6 years old and not 10. So I sense some inconsistency there. Alright, so now I'm going to start getting ready to leave the house and I will talk to y'all as soon as I get back home. Good morning everyone, it is now Thursday, March 5th. I didn't do any vlogging when I got home last night because I got home pretty late and then my cousin came over and I was helping her with some paperwork stuff. So I didn't do any reading when I got home. However, I felt like I did get through a good chunk of the book yesterday because usually during my lunch break I always watch like a Netflix episode, and currently the show that I'm watching is Schitt's Creek, which is freaking hilarious. And usually I try to download my episodes the night before, but Netflix didn't download my episode all the way, so I didn't have anything to watch yesterday during my lunch break. but luckily I had Chain of Gold to keep me entertained, so I was just reading from it, and now I'm up to page 124. I felt like for the first 100 pages or so there really wasn't much of a plot. It's just kind of introducing us to these characters, but I can definitely sense a plot starting to develop with all the demon activity going on. So that's pretty much my update on Chain of Gold so far. I definitely hope to do some more reading today.
Safety is important. If you observe unattended packages, vandalism, or suspicious activity, inform CTA.
So it is currently 7:26 p.m. I am home from work. I just had dinner. I do want to share like a highlight about my work day. Every Thursday I get on this conference call, and there's at least like 30 people on this conference call, and someone today made the rookie mistake of putting the call on hold rather than on mute. So as soon as that person put the call on hold, the song Don't Stop Believin' by Journey started playing, and it was just hilarious. The host of the conference call was trying to get that person to hang up, but since it is a conference call, you can't really tell who is responsible for putting the call on hold. But anyways, it was just a really funny experience. I'm so glad tomorrow is Friday, but a little update on where I'm at with Chain of Gold. I'm currently on chapter 6. I'm on 151. I didn't do a lot of reading today. I think so far today I read like 25 pages. So after I shower, I'm going to hop into bed and hopefully get a little bit more reading done, because now Trin is ahead of me a little bit and I want to keep up with her. So I'm currently on page 157, and Cordelia and Lucy are at the Blackthorn Manor, and I just don't like Tatiana. I know she's really made out to be an unlikable character, but I just don't like her. I feel like we don't really know Grace, and I'm sure we will eventually get to know her more, but at the moment I'm not a huge fan of Grace. It is Friday now. It's like 7:05 a.m. in the morning, and just wanted to give a quick update about where I left off yesterday in Chain of Gold. I'm currently on chapter 8, which is page 201, and I am enjoying the story, but I feel like so far I can't say that I'm loving it. All of this weird demon activity going on has me a little bit worried. That's pretty much all of my thoughts so far. There's not that much going on in the story. Since this is the first book, there's definitely a lot of setup as to what is going to come next. Since today is Friday, I can stay up a little bit later to get more reading done, hopefully. So I am about to head to work, and I will talk to y'all soon. So I just finished reading chapter 11, and now I'm on page 294. I think I'm going to read just one more chapter and then I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tired, even though it's only 9:45 p.m. So I read about 100 pages today, but I haven't really talked about the book. I read like a chapter while I was on my lunch break at work. I don't really like Grace or Tatiana. I don't know how anyone could like Tatiana, but I hated how Grace was trying to get James to give up being a shadow hunter just so he could be with her. I just want Cordelia and James to be together because I love them, but knowing Cassie, I'm sure that there's going to be a lot that happens before James and Cordelia get together. I also love that we get to see Jem and James interacting, and seeing Jem trying to help James control his ability to turn into a shadow, and I think it's really sweet. And I love anytime we get to see like the characters, either Will, Tessa, or Jem, talk about their love for one another. I think it's just so wholesome. So now I'm going to read chapter 12 and then I'm gonna go to bed. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday. It's like 8:50 in the morning. I had breakfast and I spent the past 30 minutes trying to close caption a video when I realized that there was a major editing error in the video that I was planning on posting today. And thank God that I caught it, because that would be embarrassing to post a video with a major editing error. And that editing error was basically I forgot to cut out this large chunk of music in the video, and so there was music playing for like 2 minutes when it shouldn't be playing at all. So I did fix that. I'm now re-rendering the video. I'm gonna have to upload it all over again, and hopefully I can transfer that transcript that I have so far on the current video that's posted and transfer it to the new video so that I don't have to completely start over with closed captioning. So while I wait for that video to render, I'm going to start editing this video clip that I took earlier this week, because I'm working on a little special project with Penguin and I'm very excited about it, and I'm really happy that I was selected to be part of this. So I'm going to work on that and send it over to Penguin. So that's my plan for the morning. I did really want to film a video today because I still need to film my February wrap up, but my dad has been working on redoing the flooring in the living room, and so that makes a lot of noise, and I don't want him to be doing that while I'm filming because that would be very disruptive. So I don't think I'm gonna film today. I think he might finish doing it today, so hopefully I will have the chance to film tomorrow. And I really want to finish Chain of Gold this weekend. I know Trin is already like 400 pages into the book. Trin is definitely a lot further ahead of me, but I definitely hope to maybe catch up to her today. I don't know, we'll see. She's like a reading machine right now. I finished chapter 12 last night, so I'm now on page 313. We're seeing a little bit more of of Grace, and it seems that she has some sort of compulsion ability. I didn't pick up on it at first because at the end of chapter 12, Grace pretty much compels Matthew to kiss her, but at first I interpreted it as him just being drunk, because literally a few pages before this happened, Lucy confronts him about his drinking problem. Then I was texting with Trin and she pointed that out and I was like, oh shit. So I am definitely interested about, you know, how Grace has this ability. I know that she's not originally a Blackthorn, she is actually a Cartwright, so maybe there's some sort of history regarding her lineage, so we don't know that yet. I'm sure we'll eventually find out, but it was late at night when I was reading, and so when it's late at night I sometimes miss out on certain details like this, and so I'm glad that Trin pointed it out, because otherwise I would have been oblivious to the fact that she has the ability to compel people to do things. It's like 11:25, I'm now in bed and I'm ready to continue reading Chain of Gold. I have my video ready to be posted at 12 today and all the closed captioning is done, so if you have not seen that then definitely go check it out. But now it is time to continue reading Chain of Gold. I just finished chapter 15 and there was definitely a bit of a steamy scene between James and Cordelia, and I'm living for it because I love them and I want them to be together. So now I'm on page 383. I definitely think I'm getting through this book quickly, but I am going to start getting ready pretty soon because I have plans later today, so I probably won't get that much reading until later tonight. Alright everyone, so it's about 2:30 and I received an unexpected package in the mail and it's from Bloomsbury apparently, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it because I have no clue what's in here. The book is called Accidental by Alex Richards. I feel like I've seen this cover before, but I don't remember. Oh, okay, I see what it is. So this story follows our main character Joanna, and she was raised by her grandparents because her mom died when she was really young and her dad went AWOL. She's now 16 years old and her dad actually comes back into her life and reveals to her that when Joanna was 2 years old, she accidentally shot her own mom, and that was the cause of her mom's death, and it wasn't a car accident. So the story is her dealing with the aftermath of knowing that truth. It definitely sounds like it'll be a really heavy and hard read, but I'm definitely looking forward to picking it up. And this book comes out July 7th, 2020. I'm currently on page 396. Magnus has appeared and he's helping everyone, and I just love seeing Magnus. So it's like 9:45 p.m. I've been home for like 2 hours, but I haven't done any reading. I'm currently on chapter 17. I just read the scene where Cortana chooses Cordelia over Alistair, and I love that scene. It reminds me of a scene in Queen of Air and Darkness where Zara has Cortana for a moment and Emma tries to get it back and the sword flies to Emma, and it was just such an awesome scene, and I really love seeing something similar to that in Chain of Gold. Prior to that scene, there was a scene where everyone was on the bridge and they were fighting demons and all of that, and that was intense, especially with Cordelia falling into the river and Lucy going after her. So I'm now on chapter 19, but I think I'm going to go to bed now because it's like 10:40 p.m., which is way past my bedtime. Christopher was injured and now James is going through this gateway, and who knows where this gateway is going to lead, so I'm a little bit nervous for him. Hi everyone, so it is Sunday and I am getting ready to film a video. I just have all my makeup on, so now I gotta set up my camera and lighting equipment. It's about 11:30 a.m. I finished filming like 10-15 minutes ago and I have imported my footage. So I'm going to do a little bit of editing and then I'm going to jump back into Chain of Gold because I want to finish this book tonight. As long as I don't leave the house today, then that will definitely happen. But I definitely want to start editing the video that I just filmed so that I can have it up next weekend. Alright, so I'm in bed, I'm ready to continue reading Chain of Gold. I'm currently on chapter 19 and I will definitely do a little bit more of updating as I'm reading along. I'm currently on page 496. James was basically dying, but Jesse was there and he sacrificed his locket with his like last breath and gave it to James. So now James is alive and he's not dying, and that's amazing. But now I'm like, where the hell is Jesse? So that's what I want to know. I know for sure that he's going to come back somehow later on in the story, but I have no idea how that's gonna happen or when that's gonna happen. So it's like 3:10 p.m. and guess who just took a 1-hour nap? Yeah, that's right. So I think I'm gonna finally continue reading. I'm now in chapter 22. I can definitely finish this book tonight. So I'm currently on page 549 and James just proposed to Cordelia. What the fuck? I feel conflicted about it because I do love James and Cordelia, but the main reason why James proposed to her was to fix this reputation of her that has been damaged after Cordelia verified his alibi as to why he couldn't have possibly burned down Blackthorn Manor. But it also hurts at the same time because Cordelia does love James, but James doesn't seem to love her in the same way. I love seeing Will's reaction to finding out that Cordelia and James are engaged because Cordelia's last name is Carstairs and obviously Will's parabatai Jem's last name is Carstairs, so I found that whole scenario pretty funny to read about. Alright, so it is 4:19 p.m. and I have finished Chain of Gold. Oh my god. So much has happened in this book. I have not read the bonus story at the very end featuring Will and Tessa. I will do that, but I wanted to talk about what has happened so far. So the last update I gave was when James proposed to Cordelia. It did come up several times throughout the book, but it seems that Matthew has feelings for Cordelia, so I can definitely already sense some angst that's going to happen later on in future books. I really want to know more about this bracelet that Grace has that she gave to James because it seems that it has the ability to control him in a way. Because on page 515, when he was resting and Grace came to visit him, Grace put the bracelet on his wrist and that pretty much like controlled his action to leading him to burn down Blackthorn Manor. So there's definitely some sort of like magical thing happening in the bracelet that is able to control him. And then later on at the end of the story, Tatiana and Belial, I don't know how to say that Prince of Hell's name, but aka James' grandfather and Tessa's dad, he appears and he is talking to Tatiana and it seems that they are working together. So I am very nervous about what's going to happen in the next book, but overall this was such a good book. And now I'm going to read that bonus story and I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of feels happening. So I finished that bonus short story with Will and Tessa and it was adorable and heartwarming and I loved it. So I guess this is the end of my reading vlog for Chain of Gold. As always, I really enjoy reading Cassie's books and I loved it. I'm definitely going to FaceTime with Trin later tonight to talk more about this. Alright, so I'm FaceTiming with Trin. We're here to talk about our thoughts on Chain of Gold.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Also, that's a Beyonce poster behind her, in case you're wondering. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on Chain of Gold in the comments below. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching this reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!